This movie is about a young lady named Raquel who has a place with an unfortunate family. However, her neighbors are very rich, who possesses a major organization called Alpha 3 that was viewed as a major firm like Tesla. Today the proprietor of the organization have 3 children. Apollo Aries and Artemis. Aries was Raquel's number 1. Furthermore, she used to like him and search about him on web. So the film starts with a Wi-Fi issue. That day Wi-Fi of Hidalgo siblings quits working while Raquel's Wi-Fi is on, and close by Apollo goes through the mass of Raquel's home to have the option to utilize the secret key and ultimately associate his PC to her Wi-Fi. This was told by his sibling Aries. Raquel takes a gander at him through the window and advise him to stop. However, he doesn't appear to tune in, yet ultimately he disappears. Following day in the school, Rachel meets her closest companion Yoshi. Her companion Yoshi loves her, however isn't ready to enlighten her concerning his sentiments. In the following scene, Raquel is in a jungle gym and sneak look Aries while he is figuring out. Later she follows Aries and end up in a wilderness. In about a moment, Aries appears and tell her that he realizes that she enjoys him since he hacked her PC before. Also, saw his photographs all around her PC. In faltering, she enlightens Aries her sentiments regarding him. She lets him know that it's too dull. She is frightened and believes him should walk her home. Aries concurs, yet with a condition that she should kiss him first. She falters yet concurs. In the end his lips nearly contacted hers, yet he stops and starts strolling until they arrive at their home. Subsequent to completing supper with her mom, she returns to her space to figure out Aries sneaking inside. Rack will demand him to go home, however he realizes that she enjoys him and won't call her mom on him. He causes her to sit on a seat and gradually begins kissing her wonderful legs. She inside maintains that him should do the demonstration of enchantment. Raquel is extremely excited by him doing this demonstration, yet Aries slip away her room through the window. Later Raquel is working at her specific employment and interfacing with his dearest companion, Yoshi. Unexpectedly she apprehensively experiences Aries moving toward him. He welcomes her to his siblings' new club that is opening same evening and tells her that she can bring any of her companions at the party. Raquel and Aries should be visible together while Aries is perched on the seat. Raquel is perched on him. Aries is exceptionally excited and gradually goes towards her face to kiss her, yet she doesn't allow it to work out. Also, abandon stirred Aries seems as though she did it since Aries did likewise with her before. Later she meets a cushion in the club. Apollo was never permitted to drink by his more established sibling. However, Rack will purposefully make him drink, therefore he turns out to be extremely smashed inebriated. A pad shows Raquel's companion Daniela that he loves her. He picks Raquel's telephone and discards it from the vehicle. They can't take off from inebriated a pad at his home, so they choose to let him snooze Raquel's room. That evening abruptly Aries appears and he additionally chooses to remain. Now Raquel's must choose the option to rest in 2 siblings. Aries gradually utilizes his enchanted fingers and things begin to happen. Raquel seems as though she is large and in charge and partake in all of it. Next morning at her school she enlightens her companion regarding the previous evening's episode. She figures out that Aries gifted her a pristine telephone since his sibling broke her telephone the previous evening. However, she doesn't need to acknowledge it and stroll to his home to return it. There she finds Claudia, who tells Raquel that Aries is hanging tight for her in-game room. She headed inside and find Aries conversing with a young lady on his telephone. She quietly pass on her telephone and begin to leave, yet Aries gets her covered in his arms. Furthermore, gradually takes action and begin to kiss her. They wind up making out. After the deed Aries tells her to leave, yet Raquel appears to be harmed and returns to her home out of resentment. In the interim Aries tracks down her accessory in his room and Raquel returns to his home to get it. This time Claudia takes her to the patio, where Aries again conversing with young ladies, including numerous different companions. There they play a round of truth or dare. Aries gets her and hurls themselves in the pool since she need her memento back. Aries takes her to his room and offers back her neckband while she inquisitively asks Aries what does he thinks of her. While Aries not botching any open door doesn't take excessively lengthy to begin to gradually kiss her, and their experience begins once more at a later time. While Raquel is dozing, Aries heads outside and looks yet again a piece worried. While Aries is outside, Claudia tells Raquel to take off from the house and she winds up irate. Around evening time she watches a film with Yoshi yet appears to be uninterested. They join Daniela's party where Daniela even kisses a pad, however leave him just later. Also, leave with her companion. Shockingly Raquel yet finds Aries kissing another young lady. Raquel is close to home while feeling exceptionally hurt, leaves the party sometime thereafter. Yoshi and Raquel are sitting with each other talking. Out of nowhere the pool begin to spill out soil water and they leave. Raquel is strolling towards her home extremely plastered, however Aries shows up at the area. He takes Raquel home securely. Raquel is as yet close to home and requests that Aries recount her a story before rest. Quickly he start recounting her his own story while Raquel is scarcely cognizant and plastered. Aries is making sense of her that he continuously cherished her yet can't tell her since affection will make him more vulnerable. Following day his father tells him to zero in on study and avoid young ladies. Later Raquel is sitting in a library with Yoshi. Aries approaches her and asks her out on the town. At first she is a piece reluctant yet later consents to continue a date. Yoshi experience this episode and they contend. Yoshi tells her that Aries is simply utilizing her and leave disappointed. Later on they choose to go on an ensemble party where Raquel is a witch. Both go on the highest point of Aries' father's organization tower and subsequent to having decent supper they have intercourse. Now, they are actually a couple and makes out at whatever point the damnation they need. However Aries' father get to be aware pretty much every one of the great deeds happening. His dad winds up reprimanding him before his family. Later Aries choose to find a new line of work at Raquel's working environment and attempt to bring in cash for his examinations all alone, yet his organization's rodent enlightens Aries' more established sibling concerning this. 1 week from now Raquel prepares to go to an organization party with Aries. While they are talking she is stunned to see her mom filling in as a server in a similar party. She leaves the party quickly. Aries get to know reality that his more seasoned sibling purposefully welcomed her mom to be a server in their party with the goal that the two of them separate from their relationship. Raquel is at home and is extremely miserable while Aries is additionally showing miserable feelings, since now he is truly infatuated with her. She goes to schools and experiences an occurrence where Apollo is asking Daniela for prom yet she denies it. Later Aries meets Raquel at her work environment. He asks her to go on prom with her yet she unfortunately says no. In the meantime Raquel is disturbed about it and cries. At home reasoning of Aries, her mom tells her that on the off chance that she adores Aries, proceed to converse with him about it. She goes to home of Aries and attempts to converse with him yet see him sitting with his family while she yells that she adores Aries, yet since his family is sitting with him he chooses to overlook everything. Later broken Raquel goes to prom in isolation. Aries shows up at the party also yet doesn't meet Raquel and meets Yoshi. Rather he takes Yoshi close to the pool and advises him to punch his face as hard as he can in light of the fact that he undermined Raquel. It doesn't take excessively lengthy for Yoshi to turn into the one-punch man and takes Aries out. Accordingly Aries gets tossed into the pool, which contains less water than common, accordingly making Aries unfit to get away from it. Little did they understand that Aries was incredibly adversely affected by chlorine. Now Yoshi returns to Raquel and portray her of what happened. Raquel goes to the pool and finds Aries absolutely oblivious. They call the emergency vehicle. His condition turns out to be exceptionally important that he concedes in ICU. Fortunately a couple of days after the fact he is effectively recuperates from the mishap. Aries returns home and his family loves him much more. His dad, his more seasoned sibling begin to relinquish their inner self. They send him to clinical school yet Aries keeps his separation from Raquel. She composes a book about her story and in the blink of an eye it gets extremely popular, cherished by a huge number of individuals. Later she should be visible laying on her bed and messaging Aries. However as of once more shock Aries is glancing through her room window. As of now they carry out the thing eventually. Thanks to watching this video. Subscribe and like this channel for more.